Hello, everybody. My name is Rextus,
And I'm Soulkill.
and welcome back to Hogwarts Legacy.
Woo!
Are you ready?
Alright,
Alrighty, I'm ready too.
let's
Yeah,
go see Poppy.
Pape, out,
Poppy.
out in the middle of nowhere.
Again. Out in the middle of nowhere again.
I can do
Hello,
this. I can do this. They will want to help.
Poppy.
centaurs,
At
right?
least we're out of the classroom.
Hello. Poppy.
Is this where we're meeting the centaurs?
Talk to Poppy.
Well, they don't exactly know we're coming, so it's less of a meeting and more of a surprise, I suppose.
Once we tell them about the Snidgets, they'll understand why we came and they'll want to help.
I hope you're right. Perhaps they'll be able to tell that we're sincere. There's something about them that's so knowing. It's almost unnerving.
I suppose they are known for having an air of omniscience.
That's exactly the right word. I just... Never mind.
What is it?
It's nothing, truly. We've no secrets to hide.
That's right. We'll simply be honest with them about what we're trying to do. They'll have to help us, won't they?
Yes, of course. You're absolutely right. We'll meet with them, tell them about the Snidgets, and I'm sure to all be fine.
It's all fine. It's all good and well.
Oh.
What do you think you're doing here, humans?
Please! We were hoping to speak with you.
Ah, I suppose you'd like a tale for your friends of the time you
Oh,
spoke to a
put
centaur
your one down,
and
me.
it spoke back.
No, never. We're here because we need your help.
Enough! You made a grave error in judgment in coming here, little witch.
Leave them be, Alec. We do not harm the young. It is not our way.
You forget your place, old fool. I'm the leader of this herd, and while you cling to our way, their kind continues to slaughter beasts like us without a care.
From what I can see, they have slaughtered no one. They will leave here unharmed.
Mark my words, Doran. If I ever see them again, it will be all three of your heads.
Foolish children. Do you know what happens to wizards who wander here? Now, follow me before
Golden Snidgets are still alive, and the poachers are after them. They know that the key to finding them lies in the moonlight, but they don't know what that means, yet. Please, help us find the Snidgets before the poachers do.
Could it be? In the south, there is a cave within which lies what the poachers seek. A moonstone. Retrieve it and place it in the henge in the forest. I, on the other hand, must go speak with the herd. Find me after you have done this.
Ah, it's intriguing.
I don't understand. So the moonlight mentioned in the journal doesn't refer to actual moonlight, but to a moonstone. What do moonstones have to do with Snidgets? And why was he so certain about where we could find one?
I don't know, but I am inclined to believe him, what with his being a centaur and all.
I am too. It is a shame how quickly he left. What was his name? Doran.
That's what the leader of the herd called him.
Well, if Doran knows something we don't, I'd rather act now and ask questions later. I can head to the library and start looking into the cave you mentioned. I'll let you know what I find.
Is doing that also going to endanger the Snidgets as well? I don't know. We might put them in more trouble than we're thinking.
Yeah.
Sebastian! I'm curious on what Sebastian has. What's he gonna do?
Is that the end of Poppy?
I believe so, yeah.
Oh, it didn't say quest complete or anything.
I know.
Okay, so in the shadow of hope?
Yes.
Okay.
This is the sad one.
Yeah.
Meet Sebastian and outside Fieldcroft.
Alright. Teleporting there.
Sebastian,
Alright.
a lost relic from a catacomb which requires a dark sacrifice.
Sebastian!
I know how it sounds, but if this can help you, it's worth the risk.
Does Ominous know about this?
He helped find the
Catacomb.
scriptorium where we discovered Slytherin's spellbook.
Very well. If Ominous will be there, I'll meet you. We don't have much time. Solomon wants to leave Veldcroft.
What? Leave? Never mind. You need to stall him. Buy us time, Anne. Please.
I shall do my best. I'll be in touch.
Solomon can't take Anne from Feldcroft. Where would they go? When would I see her?
Sebastian,
I can't believe my uncle wants to leave Feldcroft. Anne's going to stall him. She must. We need time.
time?
Talk to
For
Sebastian.
what?
I've learned more about the relic. I cross-referenced Slytherin's spellbook with everything in the library on relics and dark sacrifices. That's when I realized something. I believe the relic will only work inside the catacomb.
So we have to get Anne to the catacomb and then conduct a sacrifice? Seems risky.
They
It'll be
say
worth the
catacomb,
risk.
so funny.
Our biggest hurdle may be convincing Ominous.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll only give this a chance if he's on board.
And we have to keep all of this from your uncle. If he goes to the headmaster, we could be expelled.
Let me handle Ominous this time. As for my uncle, he's not an Auror anymore. What he doesn't know, well, won't hurt us.
Do you think your uncle would tell anyone at the ministry about all of this if he found out?
If he found out, I doubt he'd go to the ministry. He didn't part ways with them well, from what I understand. He won't say, but I believe his strong aversion to dark magic has something to do with his time there. Anne thinks he once decided to fight fire with fire, so to speak, and resorted to using an unforgivable curse and fight against dark wizards. At least that's what she thought she heard. When he realized what his job had led him to become, he left rather abruptly. So, I'm not sure he'd go to the ministry to report on his own family using dark magic now.
Good luck with Ominous. Until we meet again.
I shall let you know when the four of us should meet at the catacomb. Look for my owl.
Again, he doesn't give
See you soon.
any detail on the relic at all.
Yeah.
We need more details, Sebastian. Details.
Yes, more details.
Ha.
And quest complete.
Blackmail for Natty.
Okay, let's see. Blackmail.
Oh, she's right outside of Hogwarts with me.
Alright, Natty.
It is kind of interesting so far, but again, like the quests, I wish it was a little more detailed, because especially with Sebastian, it's like, okay, well, what does that
Are
relic
you
do?
ready to put an end to Hannah?
Yeah.
Natty.
Oh, I have to wait.
I'm ready to do what's needed to
It
take
is
Harlow
nighttime
down.
for me.
I know you have a plan.
We must gather information from
Yes.
the friends of Mr. Bickle
Talk to Natty.
that Archie and Mrs. Bickle mentioned. Agabus Filbert, Otto Dibble, and Mr. and Mrs. Rabe.
All right.
I suggest that you speak with each of them while I head to the Hogshead. I saw some Ashwinders heading there. And as my mother would never go near the Hogshead, she is less likely to learn of my activities than if I were to wander the village questioning its residents.
Natty, I'd still be careful.
Very well.
Mm-hmm.
I'll speak with them, see what I can learn.
I knew I could rely on you. We need to know how they are being
yeah, I would
blackmailed
still
by
be
Rookwood
careful.
and Harlow. Meet me here after you have spoken with them. Hopefully, by the time you return, I will be able to move a bit more freely.
I mean, if they are able to kidnap a kid, what are they going to do if they find you?
Yeah.
Agabus Filbert must be around here somewhere.
Alright.
Hello there.
Excuse me, Mr. Filbert. I wondered if I might speak with you about
Upstairs,
your
3
dealings with Theophilus
broomsticks.
Harlow. I hope to ease Mrs. Bickle's
Hello,
mind by gathering
Daisy.
evidence against him.
Oh, tragic what happened to Bickle. He wanted me to speak out against Harlow for an act of violence committed against me. But I feared Harlow's retaliation, and so I refused.
If you had spoken out against him as Mr. Bickle asked, perhaps Harlow would be locked away by now.
Perhaps. But perhaps I would have suffered a similar fate.
You said that Harlow committed an act of violence against you. Could you tell me what happened?
Before my extraordinary wife, Dulcibella, passed away, she had just completed a small book of poetry. As a surprise for her birthday, one she never had the chance to celebrate, I had the book beautifully bound and plated in gold. One day, Harlow came calling to punish me for having spoken out against the Neanderthals that comprise Rookwood's lot. Before I knew it, I'd been petrified, and Harlow was rifling through my home. He found the book of poetry, with its exquisite gold plating. I watched helplessly, lying there in my entranceway as he walked away with the book, laughing as he went. I was shaken to my core. Still am, to be honest.
I imagine you fear Harlow retaliating again, but do you mind if I share this information with Officer Singer?
I suppose I have no choice. This extortion can't go on forever. You can pass it on to anyone who may be willing to help. Harlow does not like people talking.
Wherever you guys
as you
are.
already know.
Now, to find Mr. Bickle's other 2 friends.
That is a dangerous game, because if they know someone's been talking, they're going to go after that person.
Yeah.
Mrs. Rabe should.
Oh, Isco, what have I done?
Mrs. Rabe, I wondered if I might speak with you about Theophilus Harlow. I'm a friend of the Bickles and am trying to gather evidence against him.
Poor Joanna and little Archie. And now Harlow has taken my darling Isco.
What do you mean? Why?
Oh,
I'm
boy.
a security guard at Gringotts, and my husband is a curse breaker for them. Harlow approached me about helping him extort my colleagues into giving him treasures from the vaults.
And you declined?
Of course I declined. Repeatedly. I thought they'd given up, until I came home one night and found my husband gone, and a note affixed to my door with a knife. The note stated that I only had a few days to reconsider helping with some banking needs, and that my husband would appreciate it if I acted quickly. But the help Harlow wants is help that I cannot give, and my dearest Isco is paying the price.
Have you helped Harlow since your husband was taken?
No, I'm worried sick about Isco, but he'd never want me to compromise my integrity. I also know that he's extremely clever. That said, I was hoping he would have escaped by now. It makes me concerned as to why he hasn't.
The note doesn't confirm kidnapping. Okay.
Why wouldn't Harlow extort your husband?
Isco's job is even more removed from the vaults than mine. He travels the world for the bank. He could do nothing for Harlow. I'm the one in the bank on a daily basis, which evidently makes me an enticing target for blackmail.
Thank you, Mrs. Rabe. Knowing the lengths that Harlow will go to is helpful, albeit more than disturbing.
Mr. Bickle was trying to help us, but now he's gone. I don't know what to do.
I shall do all I can to get evidence against Harlow, Mrs. Rabe.
Very well. Here's the note I received. You must be careful as well. Please don't put yourself in danger.
Alright.
Did you get the note? Or no?
I didn't get his note.
Oh. Well, I got one for the wife that husband was kidnapped. Mrs. Rabe,
Yes.
Mrs. Rabe, we do hope you'll reconsider helping us with our banking needs. We've given you ample time to reach a decision on your own, but we are beginning to lose our patience. We know your husband would appreciate it if you see the value in us working together. Shall we expect a response on the week's end? Best to keep this between us if you understand our meeting.
Some evidence worth
Okay.
hanging on to.
I already got her
Thank you.
note.
I hope it's not too late.
We're on the right track. Now to find the last of Mr. Bickle's friends. Otto Dibble works at Gladrags.
But again, like if someone
Should
has
check
something
there.
on you or hanging over your
Please tell
head,
me
it's
you
just
didn't
going to
take it,
keep on
but
continuing.
perhaps it's been here
They're going
Yeah.
to keep on abusing you until you can't be any
Mr.
longer
Dibble, may I
abused.
speak with you?
Yeah.
It's about Theophilus Harlow.
I've nothing to say about him. May I interest you in a stunning cravat today?
Please, sir, I'd like to help. I spoke to Mrs. Bickle.
You know the Bickles? All right. But we must be discreet. Can't have Mr. Hill hearing this.
I know Mr. Hill. He was kind to me the day of the troll attack.
Oh, he's a good man. But even he wouldn't understand about Harlow. It started a few weeks ago. I was distracted, reading a note, when you-know-who came into the shop. I hid the note behind the counter and offered to help him. He stared at me for a moment, then asked me to check on an order he'd placed. I went into the storeroom to check on what turned out to be a non-existent order. When I returned, he was holding the note.
What was in the note?
It was a note from Rosie Hill, Mr. Hill's daughter. You see, we've been, well, secretly engaged these past 6 months. We haven't told Mr. Hill yet. I dare say he has higher hopes for her. Harlow advised me in no uncertain terms that my relationship with Rosie, not to mention my employment here, depended upon my cooperation.
What does he ask you to do?
It all happened so quickly. In an instant, he took a very expensive scarf from the counter, pocketed it, and smiled. He said, "Your secret is safe as long as I can supply my lady friend with delightful items like this every so often." I've been able to cover for his requests until now with some
time to return
creative
to Nettie.
bookkeeping, but I can't keep it out for much longer. I'm terrified to say anything. I could never live without Rosie.
I'm not going to
Thank you
press
for
him.
telling me. I'm gathering evidence to take Harlow down.
No.
I would love nothing more than to see him rotting in Azkaban, but be careful. He's an awful
Back
man,
to
and
Nettie.
incredibly dangerous. As for Rosie's letter, should you happen upon it, I have committed it to memory. You may destroy it immediately.
But now I gotta go
Understood.
back into Hogsmeade.
Now hurry off before Mr. Hill returns. Where was I?
I've spoken with Mr. Bickle's friends. Now to find Natty.
Natty.
Oh no.
It's not like Natty to be late. She said she was going to the Hog's Head. Perhaps I'll find her there.
Isn't that grand?
And she was taken.
Well, they're not going to stop now, are they?
There's a hideout.
Ha!
Natty's wand. She can cast without it. She wanted me to find this. She's in trouble. Revelio will show me where she was taken.
Alright, let's find all the letters.
Nosy little students get what's coming to them.
If something threatens me, first thing I cast is Protego.
Revelio!
Eddie, where are they keeping
Natty
you
must
at?
have been taken this way. I need to find her quick. The footprints led to this room. There must be another way forward.
What is up here that I missed?
Accio!
I have so much gold that I don't know what to do with.
A hidden door.
Ah.
Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quickly.
Okay.
I'd better be sure I'm not seen. Revelio.
Using that girl as bait? No one's coming for her.
Arlo says her friend is on the now. He wants them alive.
Only a Hogwarts student would be arrogant enough to come in here alone.
What? How can you see me? I'm behind an object.
Not my fault if a customer skips the fine print and I have to break a few bones.
Revelio.
What?
I shan't be having none of your nonsense. Loom me like that again and you'll soon find yourself with now but poachers at your back.
This way. Nope.
Mithrax totalis.
Girl's been nothing but trouble. About time we locked her up.
He knows the lies and falsehoods no one...
That is a big and well potion. Hey, I got a Christmas tree.
I got large rugs.
Alright.
Am I supposed to take out everyone sneakily?
Yes.
Everyone in Upper Hogsfield shudders when they see me coming, and call out for me all you want. I shall be off speed.
We should speak to her again. Perhaps she'll tell us where we can find that friend of hers.
She's determined to say nothing. The boss will... The girl's friend won't come looking for her. Too dangerous. We're wasting our time.
Natty must be here somewhere.
You found us. I knew you were prepared. Ready to help.
Mr. Rabe, Daisy told me you'd been abducted.
You spoke with my wife. How is she?
Worried about you. Are you all right?
I am all right. Thank you for coming. These locks are cursed, and there's an anti-apparition jinx on the cells. Even Natty's skill with wandless magic cannot free us. I need you to find my wand.
Use mine. We'll find yours together once you're out of there.
I need my wand for this. Using one with which I have no connection may
Oh,
not
I
work as
got
well or
a
as
note.
quickly, and we cannot risk detection.
I shall do my best. Any idea where it might be?
It's nearby.
Alright.
I can sense it.
Understood. I'll find it.
Your friend Natty was not able to summon my wand.
Revelio.
What? She's not gonna say anything.
Who's not gonna say anything?
Natty.
Oh,
She's
Natty?
just standing there. I must find the wand.
It's totalis.
Okay, that's the chest I cannot get right now.
Expulso! You will not survive this. Expulso!
Show yourself.
Okay, you just teleported.
Do I have to be sneaky?
I turned him into a chicken.
I grow tired of sneaking around in quiet.
Are you just gonna kill him?
I think I'm just gonna kill him. It's just like,
Okay.
Can't say I blame them what with all they've done there.
I might just do the same thing.
Suppose it's worth a look.
Hey. Oh, that was funny.
What was the point of hiding?
I don't know.
Oh, it's so silly. Just takes a long time. Ah.
Alright. I killed him all.
Ah, this is the guy's note. Your dear is to me as augury, whose voice foretells the coming rain. Your love to me as a Kerp whose loyalty is true and plain. You have cast a spell over my heart. I want it not undone. You have charmed me from the very start. You will always be the one.
The book of poems that was
Filbert.
taken from Agabus Filbert. He'll be thrilled to have this back.
And then I'm just
I
gonna
have not
burn it.
found the other note yet. Natty.
Ah, I found the other note. I've read your last letter over and over, and I'm certain to read it again each hour until we are able to meet. I dread the notion that I will not be able to see you soon, but I am not without hope. I long for the day that our engagement can be shared with those whom we love, especially my dear father. I do not wonder at your wanting to wait upon until you are more settled, my love, and I know that you're doing all that you can to ensure that such a situation is within your grasp. Please allow me to say that these past months of being unable to share publicly feelings which exalt me to the utmost pinnacle of happiness have been an existential challenge indeed. And now I am off to read your letter once more. Yours affectionately, Rosie.
Otto Dibble's love letter from Rosie.
Ah,
He wanted me to destroy this if I
your
found it.
love is like a tonic.
Uh,
Am I missing? I'm still missing the wand.
okay, so it's in this room. Maybe. The wand is in this room. There we go. It's on the table.
Really?
Yes.
Mr. Rabe's wand could be in there.
You have to use Revelio.
I wandered around the entire palace trying to find it, and it was right there on the table.
Here's your wand
Mr.
back.
Rabe's wand. He'll be glad to have this back. Mr. Rabe, I found...
Well done. Now,
And then you just gotta blast the door off. It's very quiet.
Can you get my friend Natty out now? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Isco.
my pleasure. And thank you, my friend. We owe our lives to your bravery. I may be too weak to disapparate with you both, but I can try.
You go ahead. Find Officer Singer. We will get out of here on our own.
Very well. But be careful. Thank you, my young friends.
Be prepared for a fight. These Ashwinders must pay.
Oh boy.
And then we're just gonna fight them anyway.
Yeah.
Let's find Officer Singer and put an end to Harlow once.
Alright, here we go. Out.
Well, that
Enough
was
for
fast.
Onai. I should have known.
Yeah.
And you, the troll dispatcher. Oh, thank goodness
Hello,
the two of you are
Officer
safe.
Singer.
Isco Rabe told me a couple of students had rescued him. Should have known it was you two.
Is Mr. Rabe all right?
He is.
Talk to
I sent him home to his wife. Miss Onai, your mother will not be pleased to learn that you're still risking your safety pursuing these dangerous
Actually,
men.
Officer Singer, Natty and I learned of several Hogsmeade residents who've had their lives threatened by the Ashwinders. In addition to abducting Mr. Rabe, to blackmail his wife and Natty, Rookwood and Harlow have also extorted Agabus Filbert and Otto Dibble.
I will look into all of that. As for the two of you, I appreciate what you're trying to do, but you are taking great risk. Next time, please let the authorities handle the Ashwinders.
With all due respect, officer, The authorities haven't done much about any of this.
There's more to taking down an organization like the Ashwinders
okay.
than simply storming in and hauling them off based on a few accusations. I must insist that you leave them to us. We shall have no further discussion on this. Natsai, you may wish to speak with your mother about this before I do.
My mother will not like this. Thank you again for rescuing me. We shall speak soon.
I don't know about Singer.
Quest complete.
I don't know about Singer.
Uh,
She might be on the undercover for the organization itself.
who knows?
Because, like, if she's the only officer in the entire Hogsmeade, it's like, that's kind of sus. You know, she could be getting back pocket from the organization, Ranrock's crew.
Yeah.
Aw.
Oh, hello. I got another owl. That was the only owl.
The Ashwinders have ceased pestering me. I suspect that's your doing. Thank you from me and Rosie both. We're just
Is there any
leaving for
more
our honeymoon
owls?
after we tell Mr. Hill of our recent
No?
marriage. Wish
Okay.
me luck.
Ah. Interesting.
Deke thinks you should be proud of all the potions you've brewed.
Roxas thinks you need to shut up.
Deke thinks you've made
Wait, what
marvelous
happened?
improvements here.
Deke thinks a lot of things. Deke needs to shut up. Oh, poor Deke. Well, yeah, I found that to be pretty interesting. There are some interesting things going on, but I'm wondering how they're going to wrap it up, especially we're pretty near the end. So I'm wondering how everything is going to get wrapped up. Is it just going to be a hush-hush job, or how is it going to go?
Who knows?
Because most storylines that I've kind of followed along with, it seems, especially for anime or any kind of gaming concept, that like they have a lot going for it. They have a lot of storyline. They have a lot of, you know, different ideas of what's going on or just different things that are happening. And instead of properly wrapping it up in a nice bow and, you know, making a nice present and having a good ending, it just seems like they kind of rush the show to the end and just try to get you out the door rather than getting a good conclusion to the actual story.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering how this will go, because it seems to be kind of good so far. There are some things that could be fleshed out and done a little bit better, but I'd like to see how it actually ends. But yes.
Yeah.
Well, is that all the time we have for this episode?
Unfortunately, yes.
Yes. And we'll see you guys in the very next video. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.